I was highly pampered then, and I did not know what want is. That is how I was brought up. But suddenly, this hit of losing my father happened when I was in class 5. So, there my mother started playing the role of both father and mother, apart from everything else. See, I feel very privileged. I'm very thankful to God, and I'm very happy that I am able to give this back to the society. As I was telling you, always my mother used to tell that we have the responsibility to give back to the society.
Dear Nectareanz, greetings from your CNK, a podcaster, life coach, and a spirited idealist. Welcome to a podcast, Nectars Within. It's a podcast where we are gonna unleash our potential together through ideas, thoughts, and extraordinary stories of ordinary people. Dear Nectarians, in today's episode, we are going to have a heart out talk with Dr. Vasa, a very special guest of mine. Before even I introduce her, let me give you a small picture about her. She is not only a doctorate with 40 plus years of experience working across continents, a scientist, researcher, and a professor, guiding more than 1,000 students. And I take immense pleasure to tell that I'm one amongst those 1,000. She was not only heading the Department of Biotechnology and Research Wing in a prestigious university at India, but she is someone who took that courageous step to avail a volunteer retirement at the age of 60 to pursue her vision for her life, which was to become an entrepreneur in the field of sewing, the bigger purpose to empower women and disadvantaged people. According to me, this made her extraordinary. With no further ado, join me in welcoming our first guest of our show, Dr. Vasa. But I hear a beautiful part I knew is when I was narrating a story. You run your own business now, Vasa, which is one of your three Vasa, your daughter, grandchild, and the business as such. You have a very specific product which was very unique, and that's also a top-notch product. Who was the mastermind behind it, and how that happened? And please talk about that product as well.
For me, all my products are very. You like all your children, like all my products. I feel so happy, but there are a couple of products which are more close to me. One is this activity book, or you call it a quiet book or fabric book. This concept of fabric book was introduced to me by my daughter, in fact. When she was pregnant with my granddaughter, she said, Amma, apart from making quilts and dresses for your grandchild, I think you should focus on making something which is different, which will be helpful for the child, which is long lasting in so many ways. Then she only told me about this quiet book, how using fabric you can make pages or activities in the book which will trigger the fine motor skills of the children who use it, which can engage them for a very long time. It's very difficult to keep the kids engaged for more than few minutes. No, their attention span is very very short. But these books, activity books, can engage them for a longer time, and also you can teach the life skills to them through that. I was some is true, is it? So she only put this quiet book idea into me, and which I developed further. And the teacher in me made me introduce few pages which are very technical, which help the children to learn many things. For example, I have these guide book pages with varying activities, starting from newly born babies to even up to 10-year-old kids. I make these books. I make it either in the form of a book, or I also make it in the form of a blanket, which can be used both by kids, and also they can be used by people who are affected by dementia or Alzheimer's disease. You will be surprised to know. See, there are people who have bought it from me for elderly people.
Wow.
See, it is not that it is going to reverse your dementia completely. No, it's not that. But it is, no, you have to keep your fine motor skills active. No, you have to remind the people with dementia that these are all the activities you were doing and you are doing now too. And that is what this quiet book or the play mats used to contribute to the dementia people also. See, whether it is for old people or for dementia people or for kids, I have activities of age related activities, I should say. See, I have some pages where the internal organs of the body are located. A page book where the parts of the body, they are removable, but you can put them back in the particular place. So when the children read, we have a heart, so they know where exactly the heart is. And when we tell them that we have two lungs, okay, they can imagine, okay, the lungs are located here. So like that, all the parts, what happens when you eat, how the food goes and how it goes through the digestive system. So I feel this is a very very important aspect for us to teach the children of this era, because they are not like the olden days kids. They just don't accept whatever the mother or the teacher says. We were all like that. If your parents tell something, you don't ask back. If the teachers tell something, we don't ask back. But these days kids are very smart. They want to learn everything. So see, they are not MBBS students, so they don't go get to see the body parts, internal body organs. See, we can show them these are the hands, legs, or face, eyes, all those things. But how are you going to teach them that we have very important internal organs which help us with different activities? So I feel this is very nice for the kids to know. And another project of mine which I like very much is the ABC quilt. I call it as the ABC quilt. It's a normal quilt for the kids, but it has A, B, C, D, all the letters, or sometimes the numbers which are applied on the quilt. So that means when we try to put them to bed, we can teach them, slowly start exposing the kids to the alphabet at a very very young age, so they get attracted by the color and the shape. So it's very easy. So you don't need to forcibly make them sit with you with a book to learn the alphabet letters. No, you are casually introducing the letters to them. Or I also make this ABC pillows, cushions. So you can have them in your car, or you can have them in the house or in the playroom. And slowly you are not forcingly, you are slowly exposing the kids to the alphabets. That I really love making, and I have made quite a number of these books, blankets.
Was I like to tell you that I think the interview I'll be full of goosebumps. I think so because the facts that you tell was so astonishing, mind-boggling. You started Vasa as a business for your own happiness, also to enable women and transfer the skill to next generation. So that was your basic, idea about this business. But when this unexpected turn happened, you are contributing to the people with disabilities or less advantaged, as you said. How did you feel like? And also your way of helping kids to learn ABCD or alphabets in an innovative way. How do you feel that? Is that also as a part of your plan, or it's just something out of blue it came to you?
See, actually, I did not plan too much when I started Vasa. I can tell you how I didn't have even an Instagram account for a very long time. Once when I was with my daughter, by then I have retired from academic services, and I started making a number of products, mostly for my granddaughter or for my home or for my daughter, and also for gifting. I used to give a lot of my friends and relatives, all handmade products. Then one day we were simply sitting and talking, and my daughter said, Mama, do you have any idea how many items you have made till now? I said, No, I don't have any idea. I don't have a record of that because those days again, the phones were not with camera, and it was not meant to picturize whatever you make. It was more for self satisfaction, not the happiness. Then she said, I think now you should come to the next stage of consolidating the information. That is the word she used, which I will never forget. She said, You have to consolidate what you have been doing all these years. So I said, What? How do I consolidate? Then she said, You have to take pictures and put it in Instagram. Make a page so that at a time when you see after a year or two, you will say, Wow, you have made so many items. That's very nice. I said, Okay, yeah, it sounds great for me, but I don't know what Instagram is. I'm not a tech savvy. She said, Don't worry, you will learn it. I will teach you how to. That is how I started an Instagram account at the age of 65.
How do you personally feel about your contribution for the disadvantaged people that you just quoted? That was an unexpected contribution, right?
Yeah. See, I feel very privileged. I'm very thankful to God, and I'm very happy that I am able to give this back to the society. As I was telling you, always my mother used to tell that we have the responsibility to give back to the society. It need not be in the form of only money, or it need not be in the form of doing service. You can do it in a number of ways, whichever is convenient for you, wherever it is convenient for you. So I thought, okay, this is the best thing. I'm giving back to the society. So I'm very happy about it.
Very nice. The Vasa has been shaped in different way. There were, the role of four Vasas. The first Vasa is you, your daughter, the second Vasa, the granddaughter, the third Vasa, and the Vasa as a business as such. And it's so inspiring story, It's like it sounds like a very good teamwork, And you are quoting about your daughter's word, consolidating, That's something I can also relate to it because as you knew, we had a lot of offline chats. I was doing a research work, as you knew, on co-culturing and culture stuff in Netherlands between Dutch and Indians. You told that, hey, Kiran, you're doing good work. Why don't you consolidate? I was like, what does it mean? Publish it, publish it. So that's a thought provoking. Thank you so much, and convey my thanks also to your daughter. Now I published two papers on that.
Wow.
I'm telling this because this is a spark. Our program is all about spread your sparks and spread your nectars. It's an example, classic example, because your daughter told you and you told me just a word and I published it. And that will help millions of others. So this is how we spread the sparks. And I'm so thankful to your doctor. Anything to add here?
First, I would like to record my congratulations to you on the two recent publications.
Thank you.
I vividly remember you as a student of mine, say 13, 14 years back, because you finished in 2010, from 2006 to 2010. Always you had a very great role to play in the class. Like, you are highly versatile. That's what I want to tell. And I never grade students, say, in my service of 4 decades. I have seen thousands of students of different background, different caliber, different capacity, different moods too. But I never grade them only based on the marks. See, unfortunately, the system of education demands examination and marks. But that is just one part. I can understand the student, I can understand their plus points, what are their strong points, and what are their limitations, and what character or what which edges them over the rest of the class. So I always encourage them to do that. That's what I did to you also this time. And I have one question, Kiran, about you. Your field is definitely not biotechnologist alone, right? You have grown very much from biotechnology. What made you? How do you feel it?
To be honest, uh, until the end of biotechnology, I had no idea what I'm doing there. So, I was, I had this personality. My close friends used to mock at me. You don't really do one thing. You keep doing switching lot of things. You do this, suddenly you come. I'm gonna do that. Suddenly you come because I like to just explore my life. My view of life is just to live, not to pass. Just pass the life to conforming to the societal norms and do that. No, that's not my way of living. I'm living actually. So just do whatever you like to do. So as this spirit helped me to experiment a lot of things. Now, if you see, I'm a podcaster, I'm a life coach, and a spirited idealist. That was a natural evolution, I would say, which I was not realizing. That's something, oh, I'm able to make an impact. Why don't I make a career out of it? And that's how I'm here now. Even I work for 6 to 7 long hours in recording or doing, I don't just drain out. I get immense energy out of it. It means what I do is something I love. When you do something you love, you get energy. So I think I'm in my flow state. And thank you so much for asking that question. And getting back to your story, and we spoke about your mother, we spoke about a grandchild. Now, fast forward, I need to talk about your academic life, be it your school or your PhD story. We all knew that you're a bright student and you did a lot of research in this 40 years, scientist, research, professor, you trained thousands of students. Tell us something which was so challenging, which was out of blue incident which happened in your life, or something untoward and which you combated and win over. Is there any situation during your education, be it in school or your PhD career or whatsoever, that you'd like to share with examples or incidents?
During my school days, see, when I was just 9.5 years, I lost my father. That was the first hit I had in my life. I should say that. Now, being the youngest child in the family, I was highly pampered. Even today, of course, I am highly pampered. And I did not know what want is. That is how I was brought up. But suddenly, this hit of losing my father happened when I was in class 5. So I stepped into the middle school with a big loss in my life. So there, my mother started playing the role of both father and mother, apart from everything else. And she, see, actually, I am from a well educated family. Like my brothers are all well educated, and my relatives. See, ours is a big family. We have a number of cousin brothers, cousin sisters. So all most of them were well educated. So, as a child, when I was, see, I am the youngest in the family, so some of them are much older than me. So, as a child, when I was watching them, I realized that the personality of educated people is very different from that of others. See, they were able to interact very well with in a group. They were able to put forth their ideas very easily, and also they were able to convince the crowd. And I should say that there were so many admirers for them. I still vividly remember many of the family gatherings for functions. We all used to wait for the arrival of some of our specific cousin, because when they are there, we used to learn a lot of things. So that time, I realized that education is very important in life. It is just not only to get a degree or to get a good job or get a very good salary. No, it is much more apart from that. For so it gives you a lot of self-esteem, self-confidence, self-courage. So that time, I decided that my focus should be on education.
Very good, very good. This is a very loud message to people out there. And when you're talking about education, having a doctorate, that consumes a lot of your energy, right? 4 to 5 years, I'm not sure. How long did you do your doctorate?
I joined into 1976 and completed it in 1980. I got my degree in 91, but 4 years it took for me to complete my work.
Wow, it's 4 long years to complete your doctorate work. But at the end of that, there was something happened. You invested your energy for 4 long years, and something happened. And how did you face that? And how you that was so interesting. Can you just elaborate on that?
Yeah, but before that, I would like to tell about my college life too. Can I?
Please go ahead.
Because it has a reason for that. See, I finished my schooling, though I realize that it's very important for education is the most important thing. Then I entered those days we had the pre-university course. After your class 11, you do that 1 year course, and then you go for your graduation. So see, remember I lived in a small town, and I studied my schooling in the regional language, Tamil medium. Then I'm going to college. There was only one ladies' college in the town, and no choice, I was put in that college. Then I started going to the college. I was so happy that I'm continuing my studies. Till the uh, reality struck me. Oh, the medium is completely different here, because it was in an English medium. The medium of instruction was English. So, first few weeks, I was a bit down, I should say. I shied away from situations. I never used to stand up when a question is asked. I tried avoiding people, exactly opposite to what I was in the school. In the school, I used to be always in the forefront for anything and everything. But here, it turned completely to reverse side. But I did not succumb to that. It was just for one term till the first. It was not a semester system. First term marks came out. You know, I was so happy that I got very good marks. So then the students started recognizing me, and teachers also recognized me. Then I realized, oh, this English is nothing. It is just a medium of communication. We should not get scared of change of the medium of communication. We can always achieve much more than what we imagine if you take it lightly. Don't succumb to that. So that's what happened during my college days. Then I completed my BSc botany, then MSc botany. Then during that time, we had a professor during for our post graduation from Madras University. She only guided me. Her name is Dr. Bama. She showed me the path, next path. She said she is from basically the Madras University, the Center for Advanced Studies in Madras University. See, that university was one of the best universities then. Then she said, "You have the capacity, you have the interest. Why can't you continue your studies and go to Madras University for that?" I said, "Oh, good." Say, I wanted to become a doctor. I did not. I could not, rather. So I thought, why can't I do? Get a degree, doctorate. That sounds awesome. And that's how I entered Madras University.
Dear listeners, and that's the episode for today. And I strongly hope that it resonated with you so genuinely. Personally, I had my own share of learning and insights from this heart out talk with Vasa. And let us know what was your takeaway, insight, or spark from this episode through your Instagram comments by tagging the Instagram page of Nectars Within and Vasanthi Umesh Kumar. And also, feel free to follow the Instagram page of Vasanthi Umesh Kumar and stay connected with her unique products made with a big heart and a greater purpose. With that note, thank you so much once again for your time and listening. It means a world to me. And stay tuned and keep supporting our cause by subscribing to Nectars Within and clicking on the bell icon. And if you really think, these insights helped someone, somewhere, and somehow, please share it with them. Let's spread the sparks and spread our nectars together. Thank you. Till then, namaste and vanakkam.